Now then YouTube, I'm Toff Man and welcome back to more Transport Fever. Look at this guy go. Now, I've actually figured a few things out in between episodes. Oh, not the amount of lag though, unfortunately. Warminster is doing very, very well indeed. And I've managed to figure a few things out, as I've said. Now, this could really use another train on this particular line. Now, we could do it like we've been doing it before, by pushing this out another lane and then having it use that lane. But, however, we might as well have two trains on the same track. And you do that by doing what's called like a pass and loop. I've been looking into it, guys. I've been looking into it. It looks great. And it would have actually helped us with something that, a little bit like this. But, alas, never mind. We've got this sorted. We can get this sorted. It's going to be great. Let's go to the lines first and foremost on here. So as you can see, I've got quite a few lines kicking around, all of them of which are making a brilliant profit. These are 18 years old now as this particular train. So we can actually click on this. No, we can't. We can actually click on this and look, there's a little replacement button, which means, look, worn or replaced when the vehicle age reaches the following lifespan percentage. Replace vehicles automatically, no. It's currently ticked. We want to say yes. It says replacement vehicle is not set. I know. We're going to set the vehicle. Now, this particular one on here is... Let's have a look. There it is. It is... Does it tell us what it is? What particular vehicle it actually is? Does it tell us? It's a D13 car. What the heck? We want to replace them anyway. So we can set the vehicle, and we can set which one we want to actually replace it with. So, we want this one to actually be pretty fast, if we can. 31 mile an hour, but it's more about the pull, I think, with that one. Look, locomotive for freight trains, whereas obviously we're not that kind of thing. So, for what this is, and there's only 3 mile an hour difference in any of this, and it's massively cheaper. I think we're just going to have to... Oh, there, look, D13. So that's what it is anyway. So we're going to add that. Can we do that? There we go, look. Vehicles reaching their lifetime will be replaced with this vehicle, and there it is. So we can click yes, and now that one, once it's reached its lifetime, which is 25 years, it will get replaced with this particular train, which, that's amazing, guys. It really, really is absolutely amazing. But we can do this for all of the lines. So this little guy here is only 6 years old, so it's not much of a point. But these buses, for instance, on this particular line, let's go. So we can set a vehicle. Let's move this out of the way. So most of these, that's freight, and then obviously it'll be this one. So we're going to click OK, click yes. Now everything's going to get replaced by that once it reaches that particular age, which I think is a very, very awesome addition. I've also got a mod on at the moment, guys, what is called 4 times speed progression, like slower speed progression. So basically you'll see this actually have slowed down by 4 times the amount, which is great. Now it does also mean over the course of everything that you do get 4 times less profit from these trains dropping off, and that's the way that they balance things out. I'm fingers crossed. I'm hoping that the running costs go on the dates as well. Pretty sure that is definitely going 4 times slower. Or am I wrong? I'm pretty sure that's going 4 times slower. But as you can see, we've got tons of people waiting here. Where are they wanting to go? Well, They're wanting to go over here to Bebington. And Bebington's got quite a few people waiting as well now. So that might be worth upgrading and getting some more passenger carts on. I think we've got 2 million, and it's literally just about to come past here. But we'll let it drop off its passengers first, and then we will get it into the station and add a few more. Now, to save a little bit of time, we might as well go ahead and now, which one was it? That is a massive amount of more passengers. Stick a couple of them on. So we'll wait for that. we'll tell it to drop off once it's done this. There it is. There we go, before it starts picking up any passengers. So you can see, I'm going to have to turn that down because it's well loud in my ear roll. You can see the compartment carts are there, and now once this thing goes into there, we can transfer them. So I've gone for the compartment cars rather than them ones. They do weigh more, but there's not going to be that many on there. So right, let's go ahead and just get normal progression here. So we can move them up, Lucy, onto the actual train. And then we can do the train, Bebington, and off it goes again. And there you go. How easy was that? Speed up time again. So it can do its business. It seems as if we've got 2 of the normal passenger carts and 2 of the massive passenger carts. So our 38 passengers now. That should be okay for Bebington. But then again, there are quite a few people waiting there. Oh my goodness. We might need a second train on that line as well. But first and foremost, let's sort this line out, because I do want a second train on this line. I really do. So the way that we do this, guys, is we get the standard tracks. Now I'm going to want one probably just around here anyway. Oops. I need to zoom right in here. Let's slow time down as well. So, too much curvature. There we go. That's not too much curvature. I would just want it to be big enough. So we'll have it something that looks a little bit like that. And then we just want to join it back in. Construction not possible. It's because I'm doing it at the wrong side. And then we just join it back in. What do you mean too much curvature? That is not too much curvature. Stop it. There we go. Now that should be big enough for the train. There it is. It's quite a big train, I have to say. It might not be big enough. In fact, it probably isn't. Let me just go and delete this. Make it slightly bigger. That should be more than big enough, that. And there we go. And how we do this is the signals, and we get the path signal. And we want to put it there. And also want to put one just there. As you can see, I think that's how it works. I could be completely wrong here. Now, the thing is as well, we need to actually click on this and set it to one-way yes, so that nothing can go down there. It just continues forward. And of course, the same with this one, so nothing can go down there. It'll actually go around here. And so on and so forth. So it just allows you to pass, basically. And you need a few of these, actually. So we'll put another one just outside this station here. Using tracks, please, if we can. Oops. There we are. Let's extend that all the way down there. And then let's get it back into there. Brilliant. On that side. That on that side. Make sure it's set to one ways. Good. And then one in the middle will do quite nicely at this stage. So, let's do that. Round about here-ish. Where I was. There we go. Oh, don't you dare. This is going to be expensive. I'm not sure if that one's going to be big enough. Is that going to be big enough? Let's do it a little bit further. And then we'll join it back in. Great, so now we get that. Put that on that side. Put that on that side. Make sure that it's set to one way. And that is how you get two tracks on one particular train track. So as you can see, this one is exiting and it's going this way. If a train is coming on this particular stretch of track, it will stop here. Let that train pass and then that train will then go through. So that's pretty awesome, guys. That is pretty awesome. How much is going to Warminster? So Tamworth, should I say? 41 are waiting. I think we just need to do. I'm going to go for just a. Am I going to do that? I think I'm going to go for one of them. To be fair, let's pull you up a bit. I'm going to buy one of you, and I'm going to put just a couple of compartment cars on this one. We're going to set it to a lane of Warminster Tamworth, and that is now going to go. And that is 2 trains on the same track, but they will allow each other to pass each other and work like that. So this is a problem that I was having over here. It thought that there was a train on the track down here. So I think what we have to do is do like a pass and move, kind of, you know, a pass and loop over here somewhere. If we were to do it that way, a pass and loop over here. So it thought that it can come down here because it could pass it, even though it wasn't using the same line as what this one was. So, but what can you do, guys? What can you do? Anyway, let's speed things up. Let's see how this gets on. Here we go. This is our first test, I think. So this one will go this way. And it might be that they don't actually stop because... Oh no, it did. And now we can go. So it works quite well, actually. It works really, really well. But it'll allow us to move passengers a hell of a lot quicker as well. So they might actually be even more happy with us. So let's just click on this. And you can see we've got mediocre movement. We've got 29% of the population that are moving. But we have got the bus station that's going over here. Now let's just have a quick look at how many people... we're missing this side of the industrial. It might be worth sticking an extra bus stop on this route, just on this side of the industrial, so that those guys can get to work. Let's have a look. So it would be Warminster Industrial. So it's this one. So I'm going to click on that. I need a station first. Bus stop. There we go. That will actually do that side. So we'll click there, and we'll add a station. And we'll add that one on there. So now those guys will go there as well. How edge is that? I love the, you know, it is quite intuitive. Once you like see the vehicle replacements and bits and bobs like that, once you get to know this game, they've thought of pretty much everything. And I absolutely, I love it, guys. But look at all these finances, it's crazy. Making some right wongerage there. Making some wongerage. But I don't understand why they're going down that way to go round back that way and then that way. Why don't they just like... Wait a moment. Can I move this? Right, I want to remove you. I want to add you after that one. That's a better circuit. Okay. That's a much better circuit, that is. I like that. I like that. It's going well. So we've got quite a few people, actually. Quite a few people. And Bebington... Looks like it's actually keeping up somewhat, actually. So I don't think we need to change anything on that front either. Melton Mowbray is such a long trek away that it might be worth doing 2 on this particular track. That's for sure. So Melton Mowbray, actually, there's not that many people wanting to go to Melton Mowbray, so it might not be worth it. I'm gonna have a look around, see what I can actually change as well, guys, into bits, so we can get things moving in terms of stuff. I'm going to take a little bit of a different approach with this next one, guys. Now, I was going to get to make oil to then make the plastics, but unfortunately, to then make the plastics into something, I'd also need planks. And the only issue is, I've got the wood, but I haven't got anywhere that will cut them into planks that's anywhere near and even remotely possible. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the oil over to here. We're going to create fuel instead. And we're going to move the fuel into Warminster itself. Now, this is going to be a bit of an issue because I've left it quite late to be able to do something like this because I'm going to do it entirely by trucks. I'm going to try trucks for this one, guys. So, as you can see, we've got a large truck station. Now, I think what we can do, let's whip that around. That will feed the industrial side of everything, but it won't feed the entire thing. What we're going to have to knock some stuff down. And I really don't want to do that. But look at the cost. But look at the amount of people that you can get within this particular thing. It's a massive cost. Don't get me wrong, it is a huge cost. We might be able to squeeze it in a little bit cheaper. Just here. If I can squeeze it in. So 737k for that. I'm going to have to do it, guys, because it's needs must at this station. It's needs must, because this is going to be the hub of everything. So we've got that little thing in there now. We've lost quite a lot of our our people. How many people are Warminster Town with? Look at that, 43. But it's keeping up. I love it. It's all keeping up. It's fantastic. Brilliant. But anyways, we're going to start with over here. Now this is going to be a bit of an issue, because you can see we've got actually speed limits on these particular roads. So we want a really large street if we can, or a large country road. Oh, actually, that's even bigger. That's awesome. But I think that's it. Settings, tram track. We're not on a tram track. We're fine. So large country road, 4-lane road with a speed limit of 50 miles an hour. So that will help us out later on down the line as well. But we need this guy connected to this guy over here. But I really don't want it to go over the track, under the track, should I say. So what we're going to do is we're going to try. Construction's not possible, apparently. I'm going to come here. Pop that right there. Now this is, I'm going to really try to do this. So we're going to raise this up as far as we can. But that's bringing it back down again. If I can continue it going up, and then do a bridge. There we go. That's the type of thing I'm after. But I don't want it, I want it flat if I can. Oh, come on, middle mouse button, don't let me down. Right, I want it flat. That looks pretty flat to me. That looks pretty flat. I'm liking it. Let's go with that. And then, of course, let's drag it back down again. Down as much as we can. Oh, my middle mouse button's horrible. I don't like that. Right, let's get rid of this bit here as well. I don't like this tiny little bit we've got here. Can I not get rid of it? I can get rid of that, but I can't get rid of this apparently. Really? Well, we're going to have to keep it. Either which way, let's try to move it down. There we go. That is now done. We want it to go over to here anyway. So this is expensive, man. I mean, this is too much. This is really, really too much. We've got no money to be able to do this at the moment. We're gonna have to wait until we've got some more money. What we could do is use the existing road that we've got, but it would mean going through the middle of town to be able to get to these guys, and that would take forever. To be fair, well, it would take forever, but it's only until we manage to get this little road sorted, this bypass. So why don't we go ahead and just do that anyway? No, that's the wrong one. There it is. A truck station. So we're going to get a truck station going on just over here. So it's going to be within the catchment area of this guy. Brilliant. We need a depot. Truck depot. We won't actually... No, we will. No, we won't. We will turn that around, because we might want to upgrade that at some stage anyway. So we'll put that there. And then we will buy ourselves the horse and cart, so it'll transfer the oil, which is great. But then it will transfer the fuel as well. What we want it to do is transfer the fuel when it gets there to thingamabobbins. So we'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these, because it'll take forever for these guys to actually get sorted. We will also set a line for all of them, a new line. Oh, I haven't put a truck on the other side. We've got enough of them. Right, there we go. Let me set a little truck station over here as well. And that's within range. Yes, it is. Brilliant. So from there, of course, we can then go into town with the fuel. So for all of these, set a line all, add station then, we want them to firstly go to this little guy over here. We then want them to come right over here to this place, and then we want them to drop off what they've got from there. So load if available on all of them, and of course then to go around and do that. So with that now done, those guys are off. And I think what we can do, yeah, we can set a colour to these. Now they're already kind of, the line itself is quite pink, so we'll put the colour as pink. Can we do that? Pink? For some reason it's not allowing me to do that. But line 1 is off and running. We need to actually change the name of that. So line 1 is oil, fuel, Warminster. Brilliant. That's done. Get rid of that and get rid of that. We mustn't be able to colour these. I think that's what the problem is. We can't actually colour them. Let's have a look. Details, colour, yellow, pink. Can we actually do that? Oh, you can. Why is it not letting me do it that way then? That's really annoying. Vehicles, colour, pink. Oh, now it is. So these guys, they're moving quite quick, actually. They are moving quite quick. And once this is all set up, because these guys, the trucks, these guys, once they, you know, they kind of spread themselves out. Once this road is put in, it will save so much time because they can just literally do a round circuit like that. It'll be great. It will be great, guys. But this should be starting to get some oil. It is. It's got 6 crude oil in there. Of course, they will make a loss for the first so-and-so until, you know, the actual thing is it is set up and going. But we'll leave that to run, and we'll see how that gets on. But this guy, Warminster to Tamworth, 66 waiting on here now. We might have to put a few more passengers. Look at this. We've got 22 on there as well. They're not spreading themselves out. I thought they would have spread themselves out a little bit more. So they will drop off. It will pick up. It's got 54 passengers there. And then this little guy can hold 88, so we're fine. We should be absolutely fine on this one, but we should be making loads of money. Anyway, I will leave it a little while. We'll see how this one gets on before I go ahead and end this particular episode. I'll try to get this this road done as well, because it would be very, very useful if we could. Right, what I've done, guys, is I'm just doing a small one, and that is basically because this limit is 25 miles an hour, which I'm pretty sure is the limit of most of these trucks. Let's have a quick look. It can do 13 miles. It's doing 13 miles an hour. I think that's because of the limit of the thing. Top speed 12 miles an hour. So these guys cannot go that fast anyway. So over time, what we'll do is we'll upgrade this particular road, but for the minute, guys, it's actually going to do it that way, which is exactly the way that I want to do it. So I'm quite happy about that one. Right, I've just brought a ton more of these guys. And of course, they're all going there rather than going there to start with. Let's try and fix that and turn them around. And there we go, guys. Look at that. It's got a ton of oil for us. Horse and cart. Here we go. You can't get much better than that, can you? Horse and cart pulling the stuff around. But we've got quite a bit that's left here. And we really need the amount of trucks, I think, that we've got going. If we don't, of course, we can just get rid of them anyway at a later date if we really don't need that many of them. But we'll see how it goes. The first one is just about to arrive with our first shipment of oil. Let me just speed that up a little bit more. How much is this going to be worth to us? And is it going to be worth this in the long run? We've got minus 17k. But I have it on good authority that doing this is not bad. 3,096. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. We do want it to be producing fuel, not oil, though. That's the problem. And I think that half of this is going to end up being oil. Can I stop them from making such things? I only want fuel. But do they really want fuel? I'm just thinking about this, guys. What would they use fuel for in this particular area? I'm not sure. But I do want fuel. I don't want them to be picking up oil. Crude oil, none of 5. Maybe they can't do it like that. Maybe they're set to crude oil all the time. I have no idea. I have no idea. But this is going to net us some money, guys. It really is going to net us some money. We're already going to be running at a profit. There we go. Look at this. We're down to minus 9,000 now. It's pretty good. It is producing. But what it's producing, nobody knows. There's nothing waiting here. That's all I know. Oh, it's annoying the fact that I do seem to be down quite a lot. It's not putting it into here, and this is the reason why is because these guys are set to crude oil. It must be that. But we're making a profit on that line now already, guys. We're going to have to start moving some of this fuel. So, well, needs must. We're going to have to start getting a little depot in here. And we're going to have to do another line that will take, instead of this, guys, they're just going to have to... Which is Westminster Halt? Is that one? Yeah. We're going to have to remove that one from there because there's no point. And we'll have to take some off this line. We will have to take some off this line. But we're going to have to move the fuel. But it's just the fuel we want to move. We don't want to be moving anything else. We don't want to move the oil into here, do we? Because that just doesn't make sense. They won't take oil. They're producing oil. I can see it producing oil, but I don't want it. I don't want it. Okay, well, let's just buy some road vehicles then, so that we can start moving the fuel around. So look, oil, fuel, but we want it to be just fuel. Is there a way of setting that? We'll get just 4 for this one. A new line, which is from here to that one there, Warminster Halt. Right, Warminster, can we tell you what to get? Because we don't want oil. This is the point. You're picking up oil. I don't want you to pick up fucking oil. Right, replacement. We want fuel, not oil. Oh, how do we stop that? Full load any, full load all. I don't know how to do this, guys. I really don't know how to do this. Because this will take fuel and oil. And we don't want that. We do not want that at all. There's still nothing waiting, though. That's disappointing. I just want the fuel. I don't want the oil. Ah! How does one do this? That won't even take fuel. Oil even. Maybe it's intelligent enough to work out itself. No, because look. How do we stop that? There must be a way of stopping this. Finances, overview. I don't want you to do oil. I don't want you to do oil. I want you to do fuel. Right, this is actually dropping fuel off, so I'm thinking it's intelligent enough to work itself out. Fingers crossed, at least, anyway. We'll have to wait until those trucks get back here and start picking some of this fuel up. But I'm pretty sure that because we've now dropped off at that other station, that it knows we need fuel and not oil at this particular station. But, guys, I'm quite happy at this. Other than the line 1 here, which we're going to have to change the name of. So, it is... oil... no, it's not. Fuel... West... oh, no, it's not Westminster. It's Warminster. Good. Fuel to Warminster. That's the only one that's given us not very much at this moment in time. But look at that fuel, guys. Look at that fuel. And I think this is one of them. one of the little guys that's coming to pick stuff up. And it's changed to fuel. Okay, thank God for that. It's now working. It is now working. Now, it's going to create a lot of oil. Or it might just create fuel now, if it knows that that's like the only thing that I want to go from here. We might have to get some more on the line. In fact, we'll do that, guys. We will do that. Let's go ahead and stick 2, 3, 4 more. Set a line. So, fuel to Warminster. And they can all do that. And what we'll do with the fuel to Warminster as well is we will colour them the red colour. So we can see which one's which-ish. You can just see which one's which. The purple ones are the ones dropping off all of this oil. That is crazy amounts of oil, that is. But look at the production. Production is going quite well for us. And it's making a ton. Look at this. 53,000. 53,000. It's making more than my bus runs, which is great. It's obviously not making as much as the train ones, but, you know, over time, guys, over time, you never know. And I'm especially excited to see how much this will bring in. 2,000. So not that exciting, really, but it's quite a lot. And that'll change. That will bring... Oh, this is profit, guys. This is profit right here. And this seems to be going well as well. This seems to be keeping up quite well. But Warminster is getting big. Warminster is getting massive. 474. We've got mediocre there. We've got poor. But we are working on this fuel, which is for the jobs, which is for this. But this pretty much takes into account all of the industrial that we've got here. So that's good. That is good. I'm liking this, guys. I'm liking it. Oh, there's ones that makes planks. Look. Oh, no, that's iron ore. Never mind. At some point, we will want to get like Earl Shilton into the mix, and Bebbington is growing quite nicely, but we want to get Marlborough into there as well. It's going to be good. It is going to be good. Right, I think that's going to be it for the end of this episode, though, guys. We've got this little nice little route sorted out now, and everyone is getting some fuel in Warminster. This is going to be our little capital of the world right here. But we are going well. So if you've enjoyed this episode, guys, please go ahead and leave a like. I do love playing this game. Absolutely love playing this game. But I'll be back next time with some more. Until then, I've been the Toff Man. Thank you very much for watching. And as always, stay safe.